Flooding and fires have shaped the Southwest for a millennia, though in recent decades, changing climate patterns and land use has increased the severity of wildfires and intensified floods. Since European settlement in North America, livestock has overgrazed and disrupted forests. Logging has leveled them. A century of fire suppression and a lack of thinning have allowed forests to grow unnaturally thick, changing fire behavior in a landscape that has evolved alongside fire. This past summer, as a result of the 2019 museum fire, Flagstaff saw devastating floods. The past 2 years were the driest on record for Flagstaff. So when record monsoons finally did hit this summer, it was the perfect storm.
Greater precipitation intensity means more rain over a shorter time period, which overwhelms the capacity of the soil to absorb that moisture, and then that runs off and causes flooding issues in the environment.
The combination of fires and record monsoon rains have enhanced the effects of flash flooding in Flagstaff. The Linda Vista and Sunnyside neighborhoods were hit especially hard.
Making it even worse, one effect of the fire is to create kind of a layer of waxy material below the surface that doesn't allow the water to penetrate. And so the water quickly saturates the upper part of the soil and starts running off. And that leads to severe flooding down below.
According to the National Weather Service, burnt soil can be as repellent as pavement, guiding the monsoon rainwater down into these neighborhoods and leaving devastation in its wake. But even places not expected to be affected by the burn scar experienced devastating floods. Joanna Ignis lives in Cheshire, which is not one of the neighborhoods in Flagstaff known to flood, but in August, 2 to 3 inches of rain fell in 1 to 2 hours, sending torrents of water over 5 feet deep, surging into Ignis's house and yard.
I've been in Flagstaff since I was 10 years old, so since 1974. Never had anything like what's going on here, ever.
The flooding that happened in Flagstaff was record-breaking. Large magnitude floods will continue to happen as fire intensity increases due to climate change in the Southwest. Fires. One of the most feared natural disasters in the Southwest. But fires have always been a part of this landscape. They have sculpted the ponderosa forests of Coconino County since the beginning. But the low-burning, low-severity fires, once a natural component of this region, have changed. Beginning in the early 1900s, the Forest Service suppressed fires. Without thinning, forests across the country became overgrown and ready to ignite. Climate change has accelerated the process by taking moisture out of the landscape. Longer periods of drought dry out and weaken forests, making them even more flammable.
Climate change is linked because warming climate is making fire seasons longer. It's leading to hotter temperatures and drier fuels when a fire occurs. And so fires become bigger and less controllable.
Management decisions leading to increased fuel in forests, as well as a changing climate, have created fires that now burn longer, bigger, and more intensely than ever before. The Raphael fire was caused by a lightning strike. In June, it burned 78,000 acres near Sedona, Arizona. It left behind a silent, charred forest littered with ashes, seemingly devoid of all life. As climate patterns shift, the average temperature of northern Arizona could rise 5 to 10 degrees over the next 50 to 100 years, dramatically altering the landscape. In northern Arizona, forests are already dry and communities already experienced flooding during normal monsoon years. In the future, flash floods and more intense wildfires will affect the entire Southwest. These are events we need to be aware of.
The future all across the Southwest, including Flagstaff, is gonna look like aridification, increased drought, just because even if precipitation doesn't change, we're gonna lose all of that moisture that's evaporating into the atmosphere and being held by those warmer temperatures.
We can begin asking questions like, how will we protect vulnerable populations within our environment, such as the elderly and low-income communities? We should also ask what new infrastructure and land management practices should be implemented to prevent and mitigate fires and flooding as effectively as possible. Though these are the evolving risks of living in the Southwest, we can work to understand and respond accordingly. We have solutions at hand, and the path forward is ready to be pursued.